Yeah, she had her own radio show too. Like Love Beyond the Walls. She was on this show before she started the radio show. She was a guest on my show last year. Like right after Thanksgiving. Yeah, I was like, God, yeah. So I was a guest on her show like in June. So it was like, I got magnified. She told me start the can. Alright, okay. Welcome back to the 1 with 12 Experience radio show here live on Philly Hot Radio. And my guest is here, the great Nadira Gray. How you doing, Nadira? So Facebook Live, hit the share button. You see her live right now. First, she first came in, I noticed her shirt. It says, "My God versus my enemies."
Can I see it?
Yeah, y'all see it? It says, "My God versus my enemies." So, a very powerful shirt. Who did you get that shirt from?
God is dope. Something on Instagram. God is dope.
Is it a clothing company?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes. So,
sorry.
Yeah. so how's it been going with you? How's it going?
Everything's been going well. Just out here living on purpose.
Yes, I was just talking about mental health and your purpose about what was 828 talking about that, about how we should live on purpose of what God's called us to do.
Right.
So just magnify the truth, is magnify our word, that's our value, you know. So can you tell us who is Nadira Gray?
Okay, sure. I am a Christian first and foremost. Okay. I love Jesus. Jesus loves me. I am a motivational speaker. I am also a wife. I'm a mom. I am an entrepreneur, and that's about it. I'm just me. I have a friend who has a company, a business, and it's the first word in it is unapologetically, and I'm unapologetically Nadira.
That's right.
I don't know anybody else.
Oh, that's Shanette.
Right.
Nail,
yes.
So it's funny because this has been a journey for both of us. We actually met at the same event. We met and for Westbury Success.
Right, all three of us.
Yeah, all three. Kala, we met on January. Kala, I mentioned her. She invited me to come speak. I was the only guy on the panel, and I met you, and you were serious from the get go. You was like, I'm doing it, I'm talking. You was like, you wasn't playing a mess, and you came in there, and you've been, ever since then, you've been so supportive of me and Patrick Greatness going forward, and supposed to my students and so many little events. But what made you decide to change that? Because that night you was in a different space that night. You was like at certain points, and you really wanted to change, and you wanted to transform and elevate your level. What made that change? What got you to that point?
I lost my mother. That's what got me to that point. And when I lost my mom, I lost myself. Actually, her birthday is Monday, this upcoming Monday.
Wow.
Yeah.
It'll be a year, or?
No, it'll be 2 years, November 6th. But her birthday would have been October 14th.
Right.
So, again, when I lost my mother, I lost myself. I lost a big part of me, you know. She taught me everything. She was my first definition of unconditional love, you know, even before God, because once she had me, I had to depend on her definition before I was able to learn his definition. You understand what I'm saying?
That's true.
So, I lost myself. I was angry with God. I fell into depression. And I know that I needed a change. I know that I wasn't birthed just to take care of my mom, so to speak, and watch her pass away. And I needed some type of I needed encouragement. So when I came to that event that night that Collide threw, there was encouragement there like no other. And the crazy part about it is the enemy was bothering me the whole time. I was tired that day. Right up until getting ready to walk out the door, I was like, I'm not going. I was tired. My mind. But then I realized, no, it was a trick of the enemy. That was a distraction because from the day that I went there and met all of you guys, I have been like moving really fast with this. So I needed a change because I needed to find my purpose, and I have 2 children,
Right.
so I couldn't get so lost in the grief that I neglect them, and I also have a husband, and I couldn't get so lost in the grief that I neglected him, because although my mom is in heaven, I am still here.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's
and
right.
I know she would have wanted me to keep moving,
Keep
keep going,
going,
and
yeah.
it was hard. It was hard, but I realized my purpose. I began to talk to God about things that I had been through as a child,
Yes.
that led to the decisions I made as an adult. And I had to start dealing with that stuff.
Yep.
And I realized the only way to deal with it is to talk about it, to heal from it,
Right.
and then to be a walking testimony for
Yeah,
other people
that's
who have
right.
gone through similar situations.
That's right. And then, I know that night was crazy too, because I was running late too myself. They waited for me. I was calling for work that night. I was on the other job. So, my old job, I was running late, and I had 4 parking. So that was like, so I would be there. I was late. Then I met you, and you, I think you came out of school like week later. You came out of school.
Right.
So, and that really started taking over, because you been transparent then now you've been transparent. So and I see a lot of growth and change between yourself, and now you went to a whole other level. About if you went to the enemy and you didn't go to that event, I don't know where you'll be right now.
Yeah, I don't either.
I'm trying to say the word. I'm trying the
Listen.
word, like, you know, because like sometimes
I don't either.
yeah, but sometimes we elevate, and then now it's like God's using you for His purpose and being transparent and sharing your story. I heard your story a couple times with your husband, what y'all doing, and stuff like that. So, and your kid's story, and that's like, it's been blessing. It's been blessing just you in my life, being consistent. That's the thing, I guess, I always want to pray people that are consistent. You know what I mean?
Consistency is key.
Exactly.
In everything you do.
Especially our kids, with our youth,
Right.
and what we try to do, especially mental health families, mental health, you know, because it's very important to address what we need right now. To take care of those things, like you say, you wait till your mom died, and then you need to work on yourself.
Right.
So it's very important to work on yourself daily.
That's right.
So you don't wait till something happens or get diagnosed. Okay, I'm gonna work on this.
Right.
Work on it before it happens. You know, while you in the midst of it, to keep going. You know, because so, like you said, someone out there needs you, need a testimony. So since that being January, so what you been up to? I know I've been doing a whole lot. So that's like
Yeah, so I've been speaking at a lot of places. I started at the school.
Yeah.
Thank you for trusting me
Yeah.
to come into the school
Yes.
and speak to children.
because
You understand what I'm saying?
sometimes like God tells you to do, like, get this person. Sometimes the people that I pick, it's not because I want to, because some of God told me,
Right,
some of
right.
God told me, because sometimes like you think about, okay, why I pick this person? Why the kids are like that? Then you see the kids' reactions. Now I know what God told me to do. Okay,
Yeah,
and sometimes God puts you come to school a certain time. You're like, okay, now I know why. Like, because it's been someone else's life, you know. So and like, you know, and just that's the fact that you spoke and just been real with the kids, especially the summertime at Cape Kappa, you know. That was something that kids need that time, because our kids need that transparency and that mental empowerment, you know what I mean? So, and then not knowing that I would not be there a few months later, but as somewhere else now. So, and it's just been a blessing. You've been a blessing to my life. Literally,
Thank you.
yeah, as a supporter, and then you spoke to my kids at what that school? Oh, West Philly. Oh, God, the school. I forgot the school, but that.
Lock.
Yes,
Lock.
and y'all first, I know you and Mike came, and then the boys like they asked the teacher, "Hey, when they coming back?" I was like, yeah, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be there. So you put someone's, you inspired those young men, especially that young boy that we had this life, you know,
Yes.
and they know that, okay, wow, this really makes sense. And they were asking the teachers, "Hey, can they come back?" I'm like, yeah. So we came back with them, you know. Hope we get back to them soon, you know. So.
Right.
So, but what you've been doing, I know you've been doing, like, you was in a play. Was it in plays?
Oh, yeah. So, because I'm like super humble, like all of this is, but it's okay. I'm going to try to get used to it as much as possible. But yes, I was in a play. I am a proud member of E9 Tabernacle Baptist Church.
Okay.
And in April, this year.
Yeah,
too fast. This year, I was in Godspell.
Right.
A character Gilmer, and in the play, I was kind of the show off, holier than thou, but goofy as crap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Kind of like I got saved and then forgot that I was a sinner. So I was throwing stones at other people.
Oh, wow.
And I was goofy. I was really silly. And I am a naturally silly person. Like, I like to laugh. Look, if you're not laughing, you're crying. So I like to laugh.
Wow.
So it was out of my character, but it was my character.
Yeah, kind of reflects you. Yeah.
So I did that. That was an awesome experience. It was an awesome experience. Just been doing other things as far as speaking. Opened up a business with my husband. Well, my husband came up with an idea, and him and my nephew wanted to start this business. And of course, me being the wife that I am, I said, "All right, let's go.
Right.
You know, let's do this."
That's right.
So we did that. I am halfway through a book that I am writing about grief. Yeah, and my experience with grief and the last...
I feel you told me that first May. You told me.
I was writing it then, but
told me,
when you're writing something that's therapeutic, it starts to deal with things. So every once in a while I'm in tears and I'm putting it down. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. And then I have to pray through it, get through it, and pick it back up and start writing again. So that is going to be about grief, the process of grief.
It's about your book, about your mother.
Yeah, it's going to walk everyone through the process of the 12 days.
I remember that.
The last 12 days of her life.
I remember, yes.
Yeah, and what I went through. And it's basically just to help people, because grieving, everybody grieves differently.
Right.
And it's a thing of where you don't want someone telling you the way you are grieving is the improper way. Because we all grieve differently. Some people throw themselves into work. Some people completely withdraw, so I believe it's gonna help people, and it's also helping me. Something I am learning that in
and plus, so you're so free that
exactly. There's healing in speaking and
come through that. Yes, so definitely.
Yes.
Do you know when the date's gonna be done?
No, I'm not putting that much pressure on myself. No. No, I did that before, and I missed the date, and I just said, nope, we're not doing that no more, because I'm a perfectionist, and I'm more hard on myself than anybody can be on me. So if I don't get something done in a certain amount of time, I'm like, oh my God, life is over. What am I doing? So I want to just not put that pressure on myself.
Right.
It'll be done when it gets done. Right. Which will be sooner than later.
Okay, so are you near the end? Are you waiting? Or you got more to go with the book? I'm
past the halfway mark.
Okay.
But I'm not at the end.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So it's no timetable. So, but it'll be soon.
Yes, it'll be sooner than later. I guarantee that much.
Okay.
It'll definitely be 2020.
Okay.
It'll definitely be 2020.
Oh, I gotta get your Always Cafe then. I gotta get your Always Cafe then. So you said also you started your you helped launch your daughter's business too.
Yes.
Yeah, so
my heart beat.
Yes.
My daughter Heaven, she, after watching like myself and my husband with the whole entrepreneur thing, she decided that she wanted to start a candy business. And of course we were like, all right, and she actually drew up a business plan and everything.
Wow.
And she knew what her costs were going to be, what her profit was going to be. And she gave it to me and I said, all right, let's do it. So she has a candy business. It's called Heaven's Candy Store at the moment. And she, she's just like a super dope kid. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like she's a kid, like she's a kid, but she's like a super dope kid. Like I don't know if I was like her at her age, man, listen, okay. But yeah, so she started her candy business, and she is also going to be an author. She wrote a book of prayers for kids by a kid. Because sometimes when kids pray, we put these prayers on children that are like just too deep. And for babies, it's not that deep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And when we talk to Christ, He don't want it to be that deep. All the thou, but, thus. He don't want to hear all that. Like, speak to Him layman's term, right?
So
exactly. And so she did a whole book of prayers for children to say. Wow. So we're in the process of editing the book, and then
that's 2022.
Yes, that is 2020. 2020 is going to be a big year for my household.
Please, I need. Oh my goodness!
Yeah. Wow. I told you she's dope.
No, that's something I've never heard of. I never heard y'all thought about that.
Yeah.
I might get some to my kids. no, like my actual boy, my younger kids. So the kids go 5 through kindergarten, 5th grade. They need to hear that. I need her to tell that story because I think that a lot of kids are going through a lot. They're going through a lot to deal with it, and that they don't know what to do, and like they don't understand what's going on. I think that they need a conversation about that too. Oh my goodness. Ooh, man, I didn't think for that book. Oh my goodness, that's a book I did when I was younger.
Exactly.
That's a book when I was younger. I'm like, okay, I was going through Buddha. Okay, remember, I ain't go to church growing up till about college. I ain't go to church at all. So I ain't go to church, but my grandma was always a praying grandma. Always a praying grandma. So that book. Well, that was like that's needed. That book,
right? Because think about it, they have Bibles for children,
right? Yeah,
they have a whole lot of things for children,
right?
But they don't have a book of prayers for children that was written by a child.
Right?
Who more to reach a child than a child?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So also you doing that. The husband's business. You got your book coming out. You're speaking and your daughter's business. So what's going on that you maybe have not told us, or maybe that's in the works, or
just me building my brand. I am Nadira Gray.
Right.
I switched my IG name from Only Talk Real Estate because that's not all I speak about.
Right.
Yes, I do want to encourage people, especially our people, to become homeowners, to buy investment properties. Because we want to build wealth. Yeah. When we leave here, because we're all going to leave here.
That's true.
You want to make sure you're passing down generational wealth. Not just life insurance money, not just pocketbooks and shoes, which I love those. But when I leave here and when God calls me home and my husband home, I want to make sure that my kids are set up well in advance. So property and real estate is really a thing that our people need to get into. It's a boom. The other people, I'll say, that have been doing this for years, and that's how they built their wealth, and we need to begin to buy back our communities,
Yes, I
and
agree.
They have the whole gentrification thing going on where they're buying the property for cheap and then they're pushing us out, So we need to be in the midst of that. Start buying our stuff back. So I changed my name because, again, I don't just speak about real estate,
Right.
I speak about mental health. I speak about self-love, relationships. And I needed to not put myself in a box. So instead of saying, I only talk real estate, no, I am Nadira Gray, and she talks about a lot of things because she's been through a lot of things. Right. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
My husband and I are starting like a couples thing where we'll begin to speak to people about a healthy relationship, because we both experienced unhealthy relationships. We were both a part of unhealthy relationships, and we just want to help couples thrive. Like Black love, we love love. It's not perfect. It's not perfect.
Right.
But when you have two imperfect people that come together and decide to do the work, it can be a beautiful thing. And that's where we are right now. So we want to share that and help other people obtain it.
I think that's needed too, because a lot of times, plus it's even 2 fronts. One, to keep Black love and keep marriages together, and also for us, the kids, because a lot of times our kids are not used to seeing 2 parents at home working to get things out.
Right.
And a lot of times our kids are going to their mom for 4 days and their dad 4 days or whatever. And it's kind of unhealthy for the kid, because the kids don't know what's going on, but together they kind of say what's going on. Why are they not together? Why are they not in the same home? So it's very important that we break the cycle for our kids, so the kids can see the positive ways of a marriage or have a relationship. Because if we don't, the kids continue that cycle.
Right.
Yeah. So
exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. You continue
so
the cycle.
you spoke on mental health, and I kind of focused on mental health early on my show, talking about scriptures about what you feel is mental health.
Mental health is important.
Right.
Mental health in our community and our culture has been something that was kind of shunned, looked down upon. You don't talk about it, and the reality of it is when you don't speak about these things, you drive yourself crazy. Mental health is very, very important for us because what goes on up here shows. You know what I'm saying? It comes the way you speak. It comes out through the way you speak, the way you look, the way you carry yourself. You can tell a lot about a person's mental status by the things that come out of their mouths and the things that they do. So it is very important. It's not healthy to hold things in. It's not healthy to ignore things. Ignoring just makes it fester. If there is something going on, you need to speak to someone. You need to speak out. You need to speak about it. I held so much stuff in from childhood up until an adult, man. Like, I held a lot of stuff in, and it hit me like a ton of bricks all at one time. So if I would have been able to deal with, say, when this bad thing happened, we were able to sit down and deal with that, get over that, and then when something else happens, you sit down and deal with it, get over it. So imagine not being able to do that, and then one day, all of this stuff hits you like a ton of bricks. It is the grace of God that it didn't take me out of here. Only
amen.
The grace of God.
Amen.
So I encourage our people to speak, to talk about what's really going on. With my daughter, we have check-in moments, and my husband and I, we switch nights. So Monday night is my night where before bed, did anything happen at school?
Yes.
What's going on? Yes. Is there anything that you're upset about that you need to talk about? Is there anything that mommy and daddy may have done or said that you didn't like? Like, we have to have these conversations, and I'm a woman and she's a girl, so some things are easier to talk to me about than they are to talk to my husband. So then Tuesday night will be his night. Hey, baby girl, what's going on? It's a mental health check-in that you have to do
daily.
With your children daily. We have children out here killing themselves. I
Early.
never heard of this when I was little. You know what I'm saying? Never. Now all of a sudden it's become a big thing, and it's because these children are not talking about what's really going on.
Exactly.
So mental health, it is important because without your mental capacities all doing what they're supposed to do, how are you supposed to thrive?
Right, exactly.
And how can you be a parent if you have all these challenges that you didn't deal with? Now you're projecting these things that you didn't deal with onto your children, which again, it starts a horrible cycle that needs to be broken.
I agree. And then affects your self-worth and your self-value for yourself about it. Because we just don't say mental health, you feel sorry for yourself, getting depressed. You feel like suicidal thoughts and feel like that. But that mental health check is very, very important. That's why we address our kids because we want to do the class, but no one else is doing it. No one else talking about we ain't talking about okay, we're going to talk about ADHD or depression. We're going to talk about how it starts, like how it may start. But someone telling you that someone's negative, that's okay. You keep it negative. It's something negative. But we never taught how to reject that negative thought. Right. So, and the first time we did it with fifth graders class on Webster, they loved it. I was like, okay, this works. Okay, it's going to work because fifth grade, they going to new school next year. They're going to go into school and they're going different. So, and we had to do something different outside the box. And I didn't want to be professional in there. Okay, look, it's not a diagnosis thing. I'm going to make sure how it doesn't start for our kids. You know what I mean? Right. There's a lot of times the kids see trauma in the head. A lot of kids see PTSD.
Yes.
So and before it be for the war. Okay, there's war or something happened, you got shot. But it's everywhere. It can be bad relationship, bad friendship, way. So
it could be the neighborhood you live in. The things you see on a daily basis can cause PTSD.
Right. A lot of times that was said. That's what everybody thought that was just a war thing. Okay, you went to the war, saw someone got killed, and then now you deal with it, get home from the war, or Iraq, but now it's everywhere now. It's more common now. So that's why I'm saying that our schools do not address it, or our communities don't address it until something happens. Okay. That's not talking about. No, you couldn't address it while the kid was going through those thoughts
to prevent
the blow
up. That's
what I mean? There's lots, and sometimes, and I think that the schools so much in Philly focus on the testing and tests. a lot of times you can't. You got trauma at home. You're not gonna focus on that test. You're not gonna focus. You're not gonna do well. You got
Right.
stuff at home. You don't eat. You don't sleep properly. You don't watch yourself. Take care of yourself. But that's very important that we take the mental health and speak our truth, because a lot of times you never know who needs it. Who needs it? Who needs it? Because and talking about your story about yourself is kind of therapeutic in itself, because you let it go you let it go happen to you by saying it, put it out there. You know what I mean? You're not caring what they're gonna react, but you just put it out there. You just put it out there.
That's right, because at the end of the day, I feel like I didn't go through the things that I went through just to go through them and sit on them and go through life. What was me? And I'm mad at the world.
Exactly.
I didn't. That's not why it was allowed to happen to me. It was allowed to happen so that I can either prevent it from happening to someone else or walk someone else through it as they're going through it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And we can't. Listen, don't worry about what people gonna say about you. Don't worry about what people, the judgments people have. Like, scratch all of that, okay?
Yes.
Because the ones that are normally judging are the ones who are normally in the worst shape, and they just have decided to mask what they're going through. So don't worry about what nobody has to say. Something my mom used to always tell me: there's no human that has a heaven to put you in or a hell to get you out of.
That's right.
So you have to do you. The best thing I'm going to say is always ask God to order your steps, because He will put you in rooms where the things you are saying are really touching someone. I always say, I don't care if it's one person, 100 people, or 1,000 people.
True.
As long as somebody hears it and says, okay, she's been through this, I can get through this.
Yes.
Or that sounds like the road I'm about to take. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Because the outcome is not going to be different. I know we like to think we Teflon and you might have did this and that happened to you, but when I do it, it's going to be no. The outcome's not going to be different. It's going to be the same. So we can save ourselves a lot of heartache, one, by thinking about the things that we're doing, listening to people that have been through it, and not being afraid to talk. Right. There's nothing wrong with speaking. A lot of times we open our mouths and say the wrong things. So why not focus on opening your mouth, saying the right thing that is going to help somebody else? Don't worry about who out here judging you, man. Forget them people.
Yeah,
exactly.
They're going to talk about you already.
They talked about Jesus. Did you see how they treated him? So what makes me think that these folks going to treat me any better when he was the chosen one? You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So forget it. I don't care who it is, friends, family, I don't care. Tell your truth, walk in your truth, and ask God to help the people that can't handle it. It's that simple.
Wow. Exactly. I mean, sometimes I wish I could tell my youth that. You know what I mean? Like we just said, we need to tell our youth that now. You know what I mean? So they got to go on, like maybe comprehend what you say. Okay, look. Okay. Oh, just tell you the truth now. Wow, in middle school. In 5th grade, 4th grade, because a lot of times we got uplifting one another. It's too much hate going on, too much negativity going on, negative energy. It's too much going on, and like we gotta do better. You know what I mean? We gotta uplift each other by being ourselves and being our truthful selves. You know what I mean? Sometimes we try to be someone that we're not. We know that we don't like what we are, don't like what we're trying to be. Instead of being ourselves, the white people will come to you.
Right.
And the white people will understand what you're going through and what you're trying to say. So that's with me, because like when I started Path to Greatness, it was like, okay, it's something God told me to do. God told me to start this program. God told me to do it. It looked for you. God told me to do it. Like it wasn't my plan. I was planning to be a teacher, you know what I mean, or a business person, you know. But God ordered my steps. Yeah. God walked me through, even though it's been an interesting journey, but I'm grateful for who I am, because it really transformed my life. I wouldn't be at rail shows if it wasn't for this journey, you know, for God. Because sometimes a lot of people don't tell their truth, and a lot of times we try to say something that will fit the person. I was called trying to say something that fit the person, that makes sense to them, and that said be yourself. It's I don't know what they are. I don't understand, but at the end of the day, we gotta be ourselves.
That's right.
You gotta be watch us oversee everything we do.
And don't worry about what other people think.
Exactly. A lot of times we do.
My daughter had a rough year last year. She's in 7th grade this year. But
Right.
last year she was in the 6th grade. She's the youngest person in her class all the time, and she's the smallest. And man, she had a really hard time last year with the fitting in thing that was going on and trying to fit in. And I had to realize, okay, she's in middle school now, so that's kind of when it starts you begin to kind of determine who you are,
find out
your morale,
what's good at,
right.
At,
and she had a rough time last year because it was a thing where she wanted to fit in, and it's like if I chill with the really smart kids like me, then the really bad kids are going to make fun of us, and then if I go over to the bad kids section, mom and dad, most mom is going to jack me up, and the principal is going to be on my top. So she was like, I'm telling you, I'm going to say from March till June, it was crazy. Academics was phenomenal.
Right.
But behavior started to waver and be a little weird. And we had to reel her in. And we're the parents. We up at the school. They know us by name. You know what I'm saying? I walk in. I will go to work late or leave work early to go stand in the hallway and look to see what's going on, both her class and my son's class. So she really, really had a hard time. But by the end of the school year, we were able to make her understand you are awesome. You are beautiful. You are to conduct yourself in a manner that we are raising you, because when people see you, not only do they see Christ, but they see these parents behind you that are raising you and that are supporting you.
Right.
And to God be the glory. She stumped in the 7th grade like, I'm here. I don't care what y'all doing, but this is me, and this is what I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. And you can laugh all you want, but I'm going to be the bomb. So she went into something, but we had a rough time those last few months of school because that fit-in thing. But a lot of children don't have that support system that affirms them.
Both parents.
Right. Mm-hmm. And that tells them, you're awesome. You don't have to fit in, and it's not just a 2-parent thing too, because my mom and dad divorced.
Okay.
But my mom was on top of it. This is your name is Nadira. I named you that because it means rarity, different, not like others. So I expect you to conduct yourself, as the definition of your name.
Right.
So there are single parent homes where the parents or parent, they co-parent together separately, but you know what I mean, like in separate homes, but the kids still have a great upbringing. But it definitely takes work. And there are children who can get that affirmation from one parent, and there are children that, can get it from 2. It depends on the dynamic.
Right, because I grew up in a single parent home too, mm-hmm. and my dad died when I was 3 years old. So, and then like in 6th grade, I was like your daughter. I had one time feeling that because I was going to school in Maniac. Mm-hmm. Me come from North Philly, represent North Philly, and then represent North Philly because I was the only one that went there from the area. So my dad was sure, my dad was cool, but my head was terrible. Like I got on the day report. My mom called. I got called every single day. It was crazy. It was crazy. And then I think it took me to the middle of 7th grade to say, look, okay, I'm all right now. I can do this, Right. Because I was making my mom cry, and I was making my mom feel bad, you know what I mean? And I almost got homeschooled. That's how bad it was. But I was very, very smart. So I know what your daughter went through. I went through that too. Yeah. Trying to fit in. And my mom was telling me the same thing. I was like, you're a black man. You different, you know what I mean? So she started telling me that by the end of 6th grade, I started to, okay, I can do this stuff, you know what I mean? I was trying to fit it in, and then as I get older, I was like, okay, well, you should just be yourself. That's it. So if I could just change anything, but maybe I would have been myself in 6th grade. I've been myself in the beginning. Just not let people come to me, not try to force friendships and like that. So, but that's very important for our young people. That's why I do that. You have our kids in 6th grade now to learn about what's going on happening to you. So find out who you are. Find out what what you like, and find out what you. I'm not gonna be like, okay, once you get older, but find out what you like to do, and then find out that do you love you, despite this. Do you love you? So I mean, in spite what people say about you, what are things to get yourself going to another school? Like, what are you things you write down to like that you're smart, that you're brilliant, you're awesome? You know what I mean? That they so come along, they say that they won't get you. You know, but that's very very powerful because all you need is stuff. They need it.
And parents gotta listen too.
The parents gotta listen and apply the knowledge.
Yeah, we can't just put it on the children because at the end of the day, no matter the circumstances, they're still children.
Right,
you
still
know?
children.
And when we spoke to our daughter about what's like really going on, and we kind of got to the bottom of things, you want to know what she said to us? She said, "We don't pray like we used to as a family." That hurt. You know, sometimes kids will give you a 1-2 punch, and I was like, "Oh," but it was a place of error, and it was something that we said, okay, this is something we have to start doing even more because you slip off sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like this walk is not every day you're not waking up. Oh Jesus, no, that's not the reality of this thing. You know, some days you wake up like I don't feel like this today. Anybody can get it, but then you reel it back in because you have to kill the flesh daily. You know, so when she said that to us, it made us take a look at ourselves and say, Dad, we're doing way too much in the areas where we should be doing a little less, and then we're doing less in the areas where we should be doing more.
Gotcha.
And we switched it up. Like, all right, we definitely have to pray a lot more with her. And we
especially
noticed,
in middle school, yeah.
Right, and because she told us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
She said something that she wants.
Right. So we begin to do that. And when I tell you prayer changes things.
Yes, it does.
Because we saw almost an instant change. And it's also beginning to build our son up. Like, my son is 3. He literally just turned 3. And baby boy, we got to pray. You know, it's time to pray. And you hold hands, and at the end, he says amen. And some of the prayers that she has taught him, like the children's prayers, he says it with her while she's praying or while we're all praying. So it's important to listen to your kids, man. Don't think because you're an adult, you know everything. Children can't teach you nothing because them babies teach us a lot, even at our older age.
That's it. So true. So basically, we go on a show, but do you have any final words or encouragement you want to say to anyone that's watching?
Yeah, just like,
you know what I mean? Like,
whatever God places on your heart to do it.
Yes.
Surrender to Him. Do not worry about what the masses think of you. Don't worry about fitting in. Don't worry about being in every single room because you're not meant to be in every room. Don't worry about people leaving your life because everybody is not meant for this journey, okay? There are lifetime people and there are seasonal people. Ask God to show you who is who and which is which. That's about it. Just, I don't know, live on purpose. If you don't know what your purpose is, pray. Talk to God about it. Go talk to other people and figure that thing out. And once you figure it out, live on purpose. I'm telling you, live on purpose. I realized what my purpose was when I realized it was the thing that I would do without getting paid. That's how I realized what my purpose was. The thing that I would get up every day and do without a dime, without somebody having to tell me to do it. That's how I realized what my purpose was. So live on purpose and don't worry about what people think of you because the only opinion that really matters is Christ. That's it.
Wow.
That's all.
Wow, that's pretty much sums it up right there. Don't worry about what people say, but only matters what God says at the end of the day. That's all that matters, and that will help you grow and flourish in that journey. That knowing that don't worry what people say about you, whether it's your mom, your husband, your wife, your friends, but only what God says. Because at the end of the day, God put you on this earth, not man. You know what I mean? We want to push you out, but only God can give you the right decision to tell you what to do. So
that's right.
And we all have an assignment to do to complete.
That's right.
So because someone out here needs us, our journey, and someone needs our testimony, and someone to help them transform, not conform. Yeah. So Nadira Gray, thank you for being a guest on my show. Thank you. It's been a blessing, you know. I knew it was going to happen soon. I don't know when it'll happen, but but I thank God that you're on the show. But now, hopefully, you enjoy the show. For those on Facebook Live, Instagram Live, please watch. I'm gonna post it, repost it later on. We're gonna share this for y'all. You know, make sure y'all watch it. Be inspired. You know, because in the day it's about.
I'm silly. I'm sorry.
It's about being inspired and being transformed for God's grace and mercy, and not for man, for people, but being transformed for just what God's called you to do in this journey called life. So enjoy your rest of your Saturday. Be blessed. Be safe. be humble, be grateful for what God's done in your life, big or small, because you know it could be worse. Right. But so again, we'll see you next Saturday for the episode of Woman Strong to the Spirit Show live on Philly Hot Radio.
Bye.